All right, on some movie and TV talk. Did you see Married at First Sight?
Yes.
Well, we'll go down like we normally do, couple to couple. We'll start with Aris and Jasmine. Our girl Jasmine, she hot to trotting out on that town. So
She's doing what she's supposed to, but my thing is, she was dating and talking to this guy, and then she supposed her own words. She put it on pause to go on the show.
yeah,
So why would my man double back around and start dating her again? Now he just want a piece of ass. That's what I was telling Shay. I said he ain't thinking about marrying her now or taking her serious
yeah,
because
no,
he was talking to her. She said, "Oh no, I'm gonna do this thing now. I got a husband." Like, damn, I was just talking to you. Why would you go on the show? But now you
right,
want to double back around and start dating me again?
right, uh huh. Wasn't too much of Aris this episode. Well, I know he went out with Clinton and his peoples. They went fishing. They went fishing, right? Well, they
Nah,
was
they were just sitting out at the I guess it was like the lake. I don't think they fished though, but they had like a little fire pit and they just were drinking and stuff, hanging out.
okay. All right, next couple we got Christopher and Nicole, and yes, our thoughts are true, Phil. Nicole does work out because she was. That's why she has that figure. She has that them arms and her shoulders.
And that was one of the funniest parts of the show because my man did the same thing she did, and he was so windy he couldn't even catch his breath.
Uh
And she's sitting there chilling, and my man got this frustration face, his face red, he all out of breath and tired. He's like, "Yeah, I got to get back in the gym." Like, dude, come on, man. You ain't been in the
huh.
gym in years.
Oh, and how about when Christopher took Nicole out to play baseball? She shows up to the field in a damn skirt.
Well, no, that's his fault because he said tennis. So girls wear tennis skirts for
Oh,
tennis.
okay.
So they supposed to play, and all I kept saying, "Oh, I can't wait to see him on the tennis court because I know he can't run up and down that no tennis court like he talking." And then what he
Hmm.
do? He switched up at the last minute. Oh, we just gonna play some catch. Yeah, I bet. So yeah, don't knock her for that. That's his fault because he's supposed to be playing tennis with her.
Now, how about the furniture scene
Oh, that was
where
funny too.
where she just spends money and someone has to stop her from spending money. Like, are you insane or what?
Well, she's like she want the couch, and I thought the couch was decent because it's spent like that and it's small. But I don't
Yeah,
gotta have that couch for no $3,000.
exactly.
You know what I mean? And then she was looking at another couch that was $8,000. He was like, "No, I'm thinking about 1,000 to $3,000 for a couch." She like,
Hmm.
"Well, we can get this couch for us, the love seat, and then get the big couch that's $8,000 for the dogs." I'm like, this girl's out of her mind.
Right. So you want dogs? You want three big dogs to be lying on a damn $8,000 couch?
Yep, that thing was all leather too. And then if he said yes, she would have bought it. My thing is, y'all like fake married. It ain't still really real yet. So if she got
Hmm.
her own money, y'all ain't got joint bank accounts. If she want to buy that chair, let her buy the chair.
Right.
She gonna buy with her money, and I'm not helping you pay for it.
Well, if they legally married, you do gonna have to help her
No,
pay
you
for
don't.
it.
No, you don't.
Why don't you?
Because you don't. As long as you don't got shared joint bank accounts, you ain't got to pay for it. She gonna have to be on the hook for that. She gonna have
Uh-huh.
to get a credit card, or she gonna have to come out of her bank account. You ain't got to be part of that.
So next one we go to Clinton Gina. Gina, boy, my man Mac is laying down his Mac on her too.
Hmm.
Yeah, I was looking at you when we met up.
He's funny too because he said he never found his girl attractive, and
Right,
he's lying because every time they showed her, he was talking about how he liked her boobs, and she wearing these shirts with her boobs all hanging out.
right. Yeah, he lying, just trying to get in
Yep,
Gina's pants.
yep.
Hmm.
And that's definitely what he's trying to do because he sat there and said he's moving back to Michigan. Oh well, I'm cool with still talking and maybe a long distance. Sure you are, pal.
Right.
You want a piece of that before you split town.
Oh yeah, yeah. And how much he love Gina's work ethic because that's all the hell she talks about is work, work, work.
Don't nobody want to hear that.
Exactly. And our boy Clint went out on a date, but his new girl says she don't like men with red hair,
Cause
cause
she's a redhead.
and that makes them look like brother and sister if they out on a
That
date.
sounds stupid to me. Cause first off, his hair don't even look red to me. It look blonde, like it's losing its color.
Right.
And I never ever heard no one say that. Like a redhead, and if your date is a redhead, the people think you brothers and stuff.
Oh yeah, y'all related? No,
So
that
why
don't
did she go
sound
out on a
right.
date with him to begin with?
Exactly, because they had to see. She had to see his picture. This wasn't a
Right.
blind date thing, so she
Hmm.
could have just turned it down. Like, no. And we go next one we go to Mac and Dominique. Now Dominique is trying to talk to the dude from the other, I forget his name.
The
Trying to talk
firefighter.
Yeah, trying to the firefighter. And she just young. She just trying to
She's young and
bang.
she's looking for somebody to fucking take care of her. Because when my man had the dog, she didn't like the dogs. But now after the show, she goes and get her own dog. But she didn't like his dog.
Mm-hmm.
Then she didn't like the fact that he was from out of town. He didn't live in Memphis where they was at. But now you're cracking on the dude that don't live in Memphis.
Right.
So it's like she's just like a mess. You know what I mean?
She just young, and when you're young like that, you just whimsical, and she'll get it right. She shouldn't have been on this show. The last thing she should be thinking about is getting married.
I agree.
She just got that young girl's mind frame, and it's fine. She can do that. She's young. She has no kids. She can do
But
stuff like that. But in
but like my
terms of being
man
on
said,
this,
she's selfish because she still want to go out and party and have a good time. But now she got a little dog.
right?
And then she just told my man she's thinking about getting another one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's just young, and young women are whimsical. I mean,
And then what's this sucker shit about dudes breaking up with girls but watching their dogs?
yeah, they going to take their dog and look
So
like
so so
and
both of these guys they got a divorce. Don't mess with a girl like that, but y'all watching their dogs.
right.
Here
No,
Gina's traveling in the world, going out of town, girls' nights, doing all this stuff while you watch your dog.
absolutely not. And it
Like,
almost seems like Clint kidnapped the dog.
oh, you ain't see the previews?
That's what the what you when they say on the next episode.
Yeah.
I didn't see the one this week, but I seen the one last week when they
So the
talked
lawyer
about.
was like, you're gonna have to lawyer up and fight to get your dog back.
Oh my goodness! So he done took the dog from
Yep.
her.
Yep.
Get your
Well,
own
he
dog.
tried to give her $10,000 for the dog, but she didn't want it. But if she keep abandoning the dog like that, that's gonna work in his favor. He's gonna be like,
Right.
look, Judge, I didn't have the dog for damn a whole month, and she's flying out of town left and right and all this stuff. You know what I mean?
Like get your own damn dog.
How about watch your own dog? I'm
Right.
on his
No, I'm talking
side.
about Clint.
Well, I would have never watched her dog anyway.
Right.
Once we break up, you're going, and so is your dog.
Exactly.
Even if I like the dog, that's just like if you messing with a girl with a kid. If it ain't your kid, once y'all break up, you don't still watch the kid and take the kids to the movies and shit like that.
Exactly. Uh.
So I'm looking forward to the next one to see if he really took the dog or not, because that's what they making it seem like. And man, Shay was talking about that, like he gonna take this dog because he always got the dog. And she was
Yep.
always talking about her bags is packed, her and her girlfriend flying out of town for a girls' weekend and all this. She keep leaving the dog with him. So of course he's gonna say,
Mm-hmm.
you know what, I ain't giving it back. What the fuck?
Yep.
I've seen
Next.
cases like this on court TV, and a lot of times them judges let the person keep the dog.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to go by how long did that person had the dog. Now, if my man said, "Well, look, here go my paperwork right here. I took the dog to the vet, and then here I was watching the dog from this date to this date," the judge is going to be like, "Oh, you didn't care about your dog. If you cared about your dog, you wouldn't have left him with that person." No, I'm not taking the dog out of the home. Judge
Right.
Judy good for that. She good for letting the person that's been taking care of the dog recently keep the dog.
Right. Next one we'll go to Shaquille and Christian. Christian is I hate how she'll talk. She'll talk to
Kirsten.
Kirsten. I hate how she'll talk to Shaq differently than she'll talk to the other ladies.
Mm-hmm.
Cause Shaq's grandmom passed away, so he wasn't really much on this episode. And they were talking about, hey, did you talk to Shaq? And she said no. And she said, I want to know if he's going out. They said, the other woman said, I want to know if he's going out on dates. And she goes, so how in the world he's going out on dates? He didn't date me. Like, so he didn't try to
Mm-hmm.
be in a relationship with you. See, that's what she's lying
Right.
to them. She's lying
Well,
to
that's how
them.
she always talks. She always talk like, you know what I mean, like she's a great prize, and if Shaq couldn't keep her, then he shouldn't be able to get no girls.
Right, right. So, boy, I hope my man don't go back to that.
It looked like it.
What happened?
Well, this is the preview. So on the previews, I guess she's gonna link up because first she's like, "No, I'm not calling him. He dropped me. He should be." And she telling the girls that like he crying when he said no, but
Yeah.
he's the one that said no. I should be the one crying. And then she's
Hmm.
talking about he should be calling me to check on me. Like, why would he call you to check on you?
Right.
You know what I mean? So she's feeling some type of way. but I guess she's gonna call him about his mom because she's saying now she want to be there for him, this and that. So they was sitting there at the on the park bench, and he's like, "So what we gonna do?" And it kind of insinuated like they're contemplating on making it work. What I think was it was only 8 weeks. They act like they spent all this time together, and it wasn't. It wasn't a lot of time. But I think the
Mm.
first 4 weeks, Shaq was in love with her and all sweating her and all over her. And she was like, ill, no. You remember the first two things she said? Two strikes against him. He's bald headed and he's what she said, he's younger than me or something. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And he was all over the first 4 weeks. And then after that, he was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna just chill. And then that's when she saw that he wasn't on her no more and he wasn't giving her the attention. So then she like, well, what's wrong with him? So then she started trying a little bit and he couldn't come back around that corner. And that's why I said I don't think they slept together because they never showed like them bonding. Yeah, they all they said was we slept together, but you never saw them give no extra holding hands and no kisses and no affection. Usually when people sleeping together, they show some type of affection. You know what I mean?
Right.
They ain't show nothing. So that's how I know they probably was lying about that whole thing. Just let's say that so people can stop asking us about it. You see that on all of these shows like that. They always do that. Or Married at First Sight, you'll see different couples. I didn't see like two or three other couples do the same shit.
Hmm. Just to shut the other people up, just to say
Right, so
like
people
we
don't ask them no more.
right. Well, anything else on the TV front?
I did finish Night
N-
Agent.
And how was it?
It was a great show. I have to say great. I don't use throw words great around. It's like one of them shows like if you like 24,
Hmm.
kind of like that. But it kept me on my toes and excited. You know what I mean? I felt like yo, it finished off a good season. I can't wait for the next season. Like
Okay.
you gotta be into that type of action, type of thriller joint. You know what I mean?
Right.
Even when like I don't think you watch it, right? Well, it was a sniper in the tower, and she had them dead to right, and I was like fucking all like, oh shit, like how they gonna get out of this situation? Like I was like really like invested in that shit. So it was a good show. I just finished that up.
Anything else?
A TV show. I can't think of nothing else. That's the only thing because I've been watched that. I
Hmm.
don't think it's nothing else I watched. Naked and Afraid. I watched that. You don't
Hmm.
really watch that, so
No. Yeah, I don't have nothing on the TV front. I haven't really watched anything.
hmm
Other than I watched Class '09, but see that's still going on. I think this is like the fourth episode, third or fourth episode.
hmm
And they got into because in the future the lady has a missing eye. She has like one eye different color from the rest. Well, they
hmm
showed what happened this week. This week they showed what happened why she lost her eye. Um, yeah, that's really it. Anything on the movie front?
movies. I did watch one movie yesterday. It was a fucked up movie. It's called The Girl Next Door, and it's based off a true story. That was fucked up. I felt bad for that movie. That
What
girl.
was it about?
It's they've remade. It looked like they've remade the movie twice, but I probably the one I watched was probably the original because it looked like I think Shay said it was set in the '60s.
Hmm.
It was a lady in the neighborhood, and she had I think she had like three boys and like a girl. Is that what she had? No, I ain't talking about them. I'm talking about no. I'm talking about the lady.
I understand it. Listen,
You want to tell them?
no, I'm telling you, the mom and dad died. She was the aunt. These boys were kids from the neighborhood. She didn't have no kids.
She had no
Those
kids.
wasn't her kids.
They kept calling her mom.
They was the neighbor. No, she did. She had two
See,
little funny looking boys.
I think she had three boys and a girl, and she took in these two girls because their mom had died. I think, huh? They was her nieces. I don't think so. I think they were just calling her that. I don't know. I probably she could do a better job of breaking down. I'm gonna break it down from my point of view on what I thought was going on. So the lady, she took in two kids. One of them was like a little handicap, and then the
Hmm.
other one was a little older. She took them in, and so she used to invite all the kids to her house. They'd be drinking beer and fucking smoking cigarettes. And these kids was like 12, young bulls.
Hmm.
And she had them over the house all the time. And the one boy used to come over. It was a girl, the new girl in the crib that she took in, the older one. He liked her and she liked him. And they used to all be over there together. Well, The little girl told her older sister that the mom was touching her. So then she went. I guess she went to the cops and reported it. So when the cops checked, I guess they investigated and couldn't find nothing. The mom took the girl, tied her up in the basement, and tortured the fuck out of her. And had the boys coming over every day. She was tied up in the basement. The boys would come over every day, fucking her up. They were they like sliced her with a knife. They burnt her. They fucking put a cigarette out on her, all types of shit. Socked her, all fucking her up. You know what I mean? And they
Mm-hmm.
did it for a while. And then the cop came over and was like, "Yeah, I'm checking on the girls, make sure everything all right." She's like, "Yeah, they went to the mall. They're not here right now." So the cop like, "Damn, that's it." So the cop not even going to like look around the house. And the one boy be down there crying. He'd be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna try to get you out of here," but he didn't really know what to do. Shay said he told his mom, but his mom ain't do nothing. Another kid told, but the cops ain't really do nothing. And she kept fucking her up. But the way the boy got her out of there, he started a fire in the basement, and the smoke started coming all out of the house, or whatever. And that's how the cops rushed in there, and they pretty much got the girl out. But then she died from all the trauma. They like raped her. The one boy, I guess he was like 14. He raped her, and the mom sit there smoking a cigarette, letting him. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And she like branded like slut on the girl. And then after the one boy raped her, the other boy was like, "I want to get some too. Let me, let me." And she's like, "No, that's nasty. You want to be swimming in your own brother's sperm?" Like she on that tip, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But it was a fucked up story. I didn't know it was real, but it was a true story.
Mm.
So if you want to see a fucked up story, put it in your queue.
Okay. Anything else?
Movie wise, no, I don't think I watched any movies.
Oh, well, I looked at Air. Air is a damn good movie. Air
On a
is a
scale of 1 to 10, what would you give it?
Oh, I give it a 9.
A
It was
nine.
I like the cinematography. I like the well, it's the 80s. Well, let me tell the ladies and gentlemen, it's about the story about how Michael Jordan came to Nike, or well, how Nike signed Michael Jordan. And uh Ben Affleck plays Phil Knight, the CEO of Nike. And what's his boy name? His name just slips my
Matt
mind.
Damon.
Yeah, Matt Damon plays Sonny Vaccaro. Anybody that's in the sports already know who Sonny Vaccaro is. See, I only know him from working with Adidas, but
Mm-hmm.
back then he was working with Nike. He's the one that had signed Michael Jordan to Nike. At that time, ladies and gentlemen, Nike was a small company. Nike was like number three. Number one was Adidas. Number two was Converse, and number three was Nike. So Nike really wasn't really popular like that. It was more of a running shoe.
Mm-hmm.
And they had gotten to the basketball business. They signed a couple of players, and they tried to woo Michael Jordan. Sonny Vaccaro seen something in him, so they tried to woo Michael Jordan on to Nike. He was like dead set on being signing with Adidas, because at that time Adidas was popular in the urban area. With
Mm-hmm.
Adidas
Shells and all
sweatsuits.
that shit.
Yeah, Run DMC.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't think Run DMC was there yet, but yeah, they probably was
Yeah,
there.
they was
Yeah, they
there.
probably around the same
Yeah.
time. Yeah, the Run DMC, the like you just said, it was like very popular in the urban area. So he was like dead set on signing with Adidas. So then it became a point where he wanted money and he wanted a car.
Oh, Michael Jordan.
Yeah, he
Oh
wanted
shit, they
he
left that
wanted
out of the story. I ain't know that.
yeah. So Sonny Vaccaro had went to Michael Jordan's house, and he talked to the mom, and the mom was like, "Look, we about to go to Germany to Adidas or whatever." Then we was going to Converse, and he like broke down what was going to happen when you in these meetings or whatever. So he said, when she went to the meetings, like the same thing that happened, what he said. So then it was like, so they was in the play. So Michael Jordan took a meeting with it Nike, but he was like forced to do it. It's like his mom like kind of like made him go, and he was forced to go, and they like wooed him to sign the Nike. But the thing was that they want a percentage of every sneaker sold.
The family did.
Yeah, the mom had brought it up that they want a percentage. That we'll sign. We want the money. I think the money was 250,000. We want the car, and we want a percentage of the every sneaker sold. So they was like, no, we can't do that. It don't work like that. So she was like, "Well, look, it's gonna work this time," and they did it, and they put bonuses in his contract,
Mm-hmm.
so he covered all the bonuses like
Mm-hmm.
all NBA, and rookie of
So
the
so
year.
Nike put that in the contract.
Yeah. So he
Okay.
covered all that, all those bases, and that's how they signed Michael Jordan. And Jordan ones is my all time favorite shoe because I remember when it first came out, and it was the first sneakers that was $100. And remember when people started getting robbed for
Mm-hmm.
the Jordans and stuff. And I remember one time this kid got they robbed him and shot him on 52nd Street. And that was the last time my mom had went on 52nd Street shopping
Dang.
after that incident. Hmm. Oh, great movie by the way.
I got it in my queue. I just never got around to watching it yet. Is it clear? Clear
Yes.
one out? Okay.
And I seen Spider-Man Enter the Spider-Verse movie. I'll great movie again, by the way. I'll put it up there. Well, the
That's not
first
Into
one,
the Spider Verse, the new one.
yeah, what's it called?
I forget what's called. It's not Into the Spider Verse. That's the first one, right?
Across the
There
Spider-Verse.
you go. Okay.
So the Spider-Verse is nothing but the multiverse, but they're
Right.
using it in terms of like Spider-Man, Spider-Man way.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one thing I have to say is it was a lot of kids in there, and this is really not a kids movie. It's no like death or anything like that, but they talking about do you think like a 6-year-old kid can be like into like the Spider-Verse and know the type of dimensions and
No.
all that stuff?
But they probably just like it because of Spider Man, so they don't know like the story behind what's actually going on, the storyline. But they just see Spider Man slinging around and jumping and all that shit.
Yeah, but he's slinging around and jumping around and stuff. But it's like a whole bunch of dramatic plots. So he got the
Mm-hmm.
love interest with Spider Gwen. I'm sorry, and Gwen is got this dramatic stuff with her father, and Spider Man has Miles has got this dramatic stuff going on with his parents. I mean, it was like pauses like that where they had to like do these dramatic moments. I mean, and is a
Mm-hmm.
kid gonna be into that?
Probably not.
Because it was packed in that movie theater too, and
I
I
bet
had
it was. Which one did you go to?
the Marple,
Marple.
yeah, and I had sat with these two kids, and they looked just totally so uninterested. They were just more focused on eating popcorn and what was going on at the screen. And I'm like
Mm-hmm.
looking at this, like, can really a kid get into this? And they breaking down well, I'll just call it the Spider Verse. They're breaking it
Mm-hmm.
down the Spider Verse and continuity and all this stuff. And like, are anybody gonna really be into that? And
Probably not.
and I'm just
I
thinking like the parents don't give a shit. They just wanted that. That's just a thing they could take their kids for 2 hours or some
right.
2 hours and change to go to. But great movie. The
See, when
first one,
I took Ava to see Mario World, she was like leaning in the chair. She was all into it and stuff, and I was sitting there going to sleep.
the first Spider-Man cartoon, whatever that year that came out, I think it was in 19 or 20.
Mm-hmm.
That was the best one, the best comic book movies that came out that year. And this one is like really up there. The only negative I give it is I hate when movies don't end. I hate when
Hey,
movies
you leave
don't
it
end.
open for continuation type shit.
No, it ain't open for continuation. It was just going to be continued. What they
Oh
did
shit! So it just
is
never ended.
yes. What
Okay.
they did is they did both of these movies at the same time. They did this movie and a movie that's coming out next year at the same time.
And
So
just split it in half.
yeah, they split it in half.
Okay.
So we don't get no type of ending to this movie. That's the
Mm-hmm.
only negative that I can say that was wrong with it. I hate
Mm-hmm.
when Doom was like that too. It's like it didn't end.
Did you go with your mom?
No, she ain't gonna watch no cartoon. No.
Oh.
So yeah,
How
I
much
rank
now, did you go to the matinee?
yes.
How much did it cost?
$12, I think.
$12. Damn, that's
Yeah.
a lot. I told you if you want a ticket, you can hit me up. I can get it from my job on the cheap. I think they like $7 or something.
Mm-hmm.
And they like black tickets, so they don't expire or nothing like that.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'll put this one up high also. The only thing, like I said, I don't like how it didn't end. And well, I'll tell more about it next week. I'm not gonna give it away,
Okay.
but it was a good movie. Well, that's it. You can reach us on Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok and YouTube at PNL Judgementals, Instagram at the two underscores judgmentals, or you can email us at pnljudgementals at gmail.com. All right, Phil.
All right, y'all. Peace.